Hey, good morning, Prudence. How you doing? Hopefully you are doing well. What's going on? Carson, what is going on? Don't forget to smash that thumbs up or down for your boy when you walk in. S. Clark, what's going on? I'm doing good. Jerry, what's going on? Do a little unboxing for you guys today. Danny, what's going on? Danny, you know that's what we do. Garrick, what's going on, brother? James E, what's going on? Chase, OG, what is going on? Good morning. Hopefully everybody's doing good, man. We'll go ahead and get under the way. First and foremost, if you do not know, I posted the premiere for the second matchup of the Cigar Madness. That'll be airing today at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, 3 o'clock Central Standard. I know everybody's working and stuff won't get there, but I actually kind of like that feel where, you know, when you watch the actual tournament, you got games sometimes at 11 in the morning, sometimes at 1 in the afternoon, sometimes at 7 o'clock at night. I like the feel of just having stuff kind of scattered around. So every video is not going to get posted at the same time, just letting you guys know. So today is going to be at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard for matchup 2. That'll feature the Plasencia Alma Fuerte versus the Dunbar and Tobacco and Trust Sin Compromiso. So, Kerry, what's going on? Appreciate it, Chase. Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that. We'll go ahead and get underway, though. Go ahead and shout out to my brother Caesar, man. He recommended this knife. I had to give me a pocket knife. So as you guys see, we got a brown box. We got rid of the white one because we were kind of getting copied off of it. So we had to, you know, as Uncle Lee May says, when people start zagging, you got to zig. So we're moving again. Shout out to my brother James Garcia. Man, Carson. It's kind of like I got a chance to catch up with Charles Wallingford's live stream yesterday too. He was saying the same thing about the Atabay and the Ramon Ayones, and kind of similar thing, man. When you get, for me, I feel like I put 16 really good cigars in there, so you're gonna have tough matchups, but I think that makes for better content to see who I prefer. Rick G, what is going on? Delbo, what's going on? Mike Crane, what is going on? Mystical, I never do, man. I like to do stuff sporadically. So open the box up as you guys will see. You see the, I don't want to give y'all all the information too quick. See how you got the taper in at the top? You got Black Lion Luxuries, Cigars of the Month Club, Luxury for the Blue Collar Cigar Aficionado. Of course, we got our information sheet. That is correct. Your eyes are correct. We featured 5 cigars this month. As you guys know, previous months, we've had 5 cigars before. We've done cutters, we've done lighters, stickers. We kind of always try to do little odds and end things for you guys. And we have a pamphlet from HumiSmart. As you guys know, the club is sponsored by HumiSmart. We were the first club, Cigar of the Month club that they sponsored. They have the bag. They handle the bag sealing situation and the cigar humidification as well. Pull these cigars out. You got stuffing in there to keep the cigars from moving around. As my man Carson says, the luxury is inside the box. Got our sticker on here for anybody that's seeing for the first time. We got the HumiSmart bag with the RonRealTV, Black Lion Luxuries logo on the back. Be driven, never motivated. Black Lion Luxury Cigar of the Month Club. HumiSmart bag with the 5 cigars. Let's see what we got on this HumiSmart. Pretty much showing you how to use HumiSmart. And the members of the club will get a 10% off promo code when buying HumiSmart through Black Lion Luxury. So they offer their pouches in 4 grams, 8 grams, 30 grams, 60 grams, and 300 grams. And they have humidification ranging from 58 to 75. All right, so we will cut in and look and see what cigars we got. So the reason why we have 5 cigars this month, you guys know normally we feature 4 cigars. The head cigar is named the Anchor. This month we had 2 anchors because me and James had smoked through these cigars and really couldn't come up with a solution. James said, "Why don't we just put both of them in there?" I said, "Hey, I think nobody's going to complain about getting an extra cigar." That lighter definitely was a high quality lighter, definitely a great lighter. I know Carson's huge on that too. So you'll see the cigars come in the pouch. And now I've said this in videos before. You see how you have the little tear tab there. I think, like I said, Caesar, some other people, shout out to Rob and Caesar Smoking Lead. They're part of the Black Lion family too. I think they got some aggression problems because all you have to do is just open it. I think some people just like cutting stuff. So, all right, we'll take a look at the first cigar we got, which is going to be the Aroa First 20 646 Prensado. One of my all-time favorite cigars. I just actually reviewed the cigar. You guys have heard me talk about it for quite a long time. This one comes in perfect size Prensado 6x46 Honduran Puro. Full strength. We got flavors of white, black pepper, white and black pepper, earth, dark chocolate, leather, bacon, spices, and nuts. Speaking on the flavor notes too, you guys know we try to keep things simple. Funny thing is, like I was watching my man Charles Wallen for his live stream yesterday. He says that he thinks white and black pepper is the same, essentially, except for presentation purposes. I will have to respectfully disagree with it. You know, we all have our own opinions. I will talk about that and probably end up putting out something further on down the road, talking about spices and things like that, why I think that they taste different. But even though they come from the same plant, they do taste different to me. And not only just me, but some other people as well. So just want to put that out there. I think some people were commenting that they agree. And so here's the thing too, like I mentioned before to some people, if similar doesn't mean the same. So if like I was mentioning, if I have two mushrooms that are growing up out of the ground, they look the same, or they might not, they look the same, but one's more potent than the other. That means that technically they're not the same. The same means exactly the same. Look, structure, flavor, potency, it's the same. There can be something that comes from the same plant and it doesn't have the same, and it doesn't taste the same, it doesn't have the same potency. It means it's not the same. Black and white pepper, they come from the same plant, but they don't taste the same. So now I will agree with him on this too, that they, you know, a lot of people use it for presentation purposes because you can't see white pepper like you can black pepper, but white pepper is milder, man. But I'll get onto that in another video. They're different. So you got the Aroa First 20 Prensado 6x46 Honduran Puro. This one has an MSRP of $13.30 or 66 cents. That was my favorite of the bunch. As you guys know, I reviewed that cigar. That's the one I highly regard. James's favorite was the Colorado edition, which is the co-anchor this month. The First 20 Colorado 550 Robusto. Obviously 550 being a Robusto's 5-inch length cigar, 50 ring gauge. Also a Honduran Puro as well too, except this one has a Corojo wrapper as opposed to the Maduro wrapper on the original 20th. On this one, you'll have notes of espresso, oak, cinnamon, cedar, peanut, cream, and cocoa. Another great cigar, definitely a lighter profile. I'll be really interested to see if the members, how you guys compare, what you guys prefer, and why you prefer it. But those are your two co-anchors. Put them up so y'all can see how good they look together. Just great cigars. And great presentation, great tobacco, great taste, and cigars that you can smoke over and over again if you really like them. Matt, what's going on, brother? Actually, they the same but different. That's what I was about to say. You can't say that one's more. You can't say they're different. You can't say the only difference is potency, because if the potency is different, then they're not the same. They're different. Like the same thing. If I put a hot wing with mild sauce and hot sauce, and the hot sauce has the same base as the mild sauce, but it's hotter, you can taste the similarities, but they're different. Technically, they're different. They're not the same. So same thing. But moving on. So those are your co-anchors: the Aroa First 20, Maduro First 20, Robusto, Colorado. Next up is number 3. For all my Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust fans out there, we'll be featuring the Todos Los Dias and Toro. Another great cigar. Again, you see the Sin Compromiso is featured in the Cigar Madness tournament. This is another cigar that I highly regard. I think this is a great cigar. This one comes in at a 6-inch body, 52 ring gauge. It's a Nicaraguan Puro, so you got Nicaraguan wrapper, binder, and filler. Forgot to mention the MSRP on the Aroa First 20 Colorado is $12.66. MSRP on the Todos Los Dias is $12.95. So if you already are paying attention, your value is already there in the first 2 cigars. And if you want to be stricter, you can just say 3 cigars is where your club is, so you're getting 2 cigars. Just a FYI. But you're gonna have flavor notes of bacon, spice, leather, cocoa, chocolate, nuts, dried fruit, red, and black pepper is what you'll find in this Todos Los Dias. Another great example of some really, really good tobacco. Try to catch it with some comments real quick. That's another. I don't know where that whole thought I think because people weren't seeing me reviewing a lot of Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust cigars, and while other people were, but I always just try to review stuff when I want to, but it wasn't taking anything away from it. I don't know why, but apparently that meant that. I think somebody said, I don't think you like Steve Sock and his cigars. And I said, why would you say that? So, Greg, what's going on, brother? All right. So we'll jump over to cigar number 4. Cigar 4 is going to be the Punch Rare Corojo. Now, while you've seen punches out there, there's going to be this is very special. This only comes out, I believe, James can. Yeah, I was about to say this is rare. This is a special one. This one only comes out once a year. This is the Rare Corojo. We got this one in a pizzas, which is a 6 and an 8 by 50 ring gauge. MSRP on this one is $9.30. Going to be looking at an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper, Connecticut broadleaf binder, filler from Honduras, Nicaragua, and Dominican Republic. You're going to have flavor notes of coffee, leather, spice, cocoa wood, earth, and molasses on this one. Another really good cigar. Another good thing about the punches is, even though I'm not really huge on like the New World versions of like the Punch, Monte Cristo, Bolivars, I like, for the most part, I like a lot of what Punch does, and their prices are really appropriate, which I like those. So. Yeah, James is confirmed it. Yeah, this is only one-time release too. I know some people like Punch. It's one that you're not going to really see all the time. And then last but not least, a cigar. Me and James both are very, very big fans of. I was able to smoke this late last year. We're going to have the Bombay Classic Torpedo. Smokes a lot different than the MS Deli. Smokes a lot different than the Mayura, the other two that we featured in the club. Another great cigar, Mystical. I was telling you the other day, I'll be really excited to see what you think about this. But you're going to be looking at a 6 by 52 Torpedo, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, Ecuadorian binder, and filler from Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, and Peru. So that's another thing I like about in Bombay. They utilize different tobaccos. You'll find some stuff with Costa Rican, Peruvian, Colombian. You'll just find where they'll kind of get tobaccos and kind of just play around with different regions. So on that one, you'll have flavor notes of white pepper, cream, dark chocolate, espresso beans, hay, oak, leather, earth, and salt. And that's what you'll find there. Of course, you guys know, if you're a member of the club, there will be a 15% off discount code for you guys whenever you're making your orders and things like that. Can't give the code out just in case people in the chat aren't members. So, but and of course, you see in the pouch again, you're going to have your humidification pack always to keep your cigars in primal smoking condition. As soon as you get these bad boys, we'll take a look at these again. These are your 5 that you will have for March. I want to say the estimated value of the grouping is around $60. It's going to be somewhere around $60, $61. So again, you guys are going to always get your money's worth, your dollar's worth on it. So Derek, what's going on? Ed is the man himself. What is going on, John? Yeah, I got a beard for now. I'm gonna be off work for probably another month or so. So you'll see me with a beard for a little bit. Then I have to go back clean shaven. But yeah, you know me. I'm always rocking my Crown Heads hat. So appreciate you stopping in. Hopefully you and the family are doing well. Yeah, Mystical. That would be the one I would try too. I think that one would be good. Finally pulled the trigger and joined this month. Can't wait to start rolling in. Appreciate you joining the club. Like I said again, we don't really specialize in rare limited age cigars. What we're going to specialize in is great cigars at a great price that you can get over and over and over again, because I think that's the model that me and James like. I don't mind smoking rare and limited stuff, but most of the time, if I get a cigar that I really, really like, I like to be able to smoke that cigar over and over and over and over again. So. John, I'm gonna say it was either this one or this one. It ain't. It's probably a Crown Heads hat in every room in my house. So I've been wearing that one a lot, and I kind of wanted to get my dad hat on. So that's why I put this one on. This one is nice, and it goes with my shades when I wear outside too. So that's why I decided on this one. That's another one too. Not just saying that because he's in here too, but of course, as James is saying, the La Kareem is out now. If you're noticing that cigar has been off the market for well over a year. It was featured last year in the Summer Showdown tournament. Probably going to try to feature it again this year. I was talking to James, but doing it in a different size. That is a cigar. If you are into dark, sweet flavors and you have not smoked it, make sure you get a chance to smoke this cigar, man. Make sure you have your La Kareem, because probably when they sell out, it might be a while before you see them again. Great info as always. Are they ready to smoke, or should I give them a few days? So Old Moves, I personally think that, you know, they're going to be ready to smoke if you want to smoke them right away. Of course, you're going to hear from a lot of people sometimes let them rest for up to a week. You know, I always, you know, we got these nice tools now like the humidity meter, but I always go by kind of like the old school method of just kind of touching the cigars and letting the cigars talk to me. And I can usually tell by touching them if they're ready to smoke or not, but you should be good to smoke them as soon as they come in. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a person that might still be in the chat still that definitely will tell you that they're ready to smoke right off the truck. And that's Ashhead TV, Ashhead Cigar Junkie. Carson usually will smoke all of them in one day. And trust me, he would have told me if they aren't ready to smoke. So he'll definitely be able to tell you that they're ready to smoke right away. Yeah, they're La Kareem special. We just got a trail mix in yesterday. I had to try that one too. What are your thoughts on cigar trading? I don't really trade cigars. But you know, it's the same way when I was really big into bourbon and stuff too. I don't really trade much. Join as we speak, or keep doing what you get. Check out all your content all the way from Germany. Shout out to you, Andrew. Shout out to Germany too. Shout out to the Smoker Spot. He's another content creator from Germany. So like I said, I got a lot of love for you guys over across the pond. And I don't know, Andrew, if you've been checking out the Cigar Madness content. The second episode will be airing today at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard, or I'm sorry, 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard. I don't know how much farther ahead you are than us, but you know, you'll be able to see the video. I found they have a Bogota pack in them. They are good too. Yeah. Always ready to smoke. Which one? That's why I was so yeah, I was about to say, even though I might not smoke them all at one time, Carson always will smoke. Carson usually will take one day and just smoke all of them together. So I know they're in good shape, and I know what Hemi Smart puts out too. They're a great product too. So Lee from Tinderbox Board off checking in. Shout out to you, Lee. Shout out to you. But yeah, those are the 5 cigars this month, as you guys know. In every video, I always will have the link to sign up for the Black Lion Luxury Cigar of the Month Club, where it's traditionally 4 cigars for $30 plus shipping. Every month, you just might not know what you get. Some months might be an extra cigar, some might be a lighter, some might be a cutter. Stickers in there too. Got a lot of stuff planned for you guys in the upcoming year. Really excited about that. But I think this is another fantastic month. And like I was telling you guys before, we pride ourselves on just being consistent. Consistent. You can look at pictures from when we started in July of 2019, or I'm sorry, July of 2020, and look all the way through now. And I'm going to tell you, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a club that's more consistent personally. And if you do see some that are good, where we remain really competitive is our price point. The price point of the club is really competitive. So 6 hours ahead. Okay, Andrew. Yeah, just hit that notification bell, and whenever I go up, you'll be in. Calvin, what's going on, brother? Usually smoke one on arrival because of excitement. Hey, Rod, what's going on, Hermano? Yeah. I think it's another great lineup. So that's the grouping for this month. I'm really excited. Me and James, it's like every month we sit there and kind of just try to work harder and harder to try to make it better and better. And I think we sat back and we were really proud of this grouping and really excited for all of you guys to be able to get the opportunity to smoke these cigars too. Because, you know, another thing is these Aroas have been out quite some time. They've been out a couple years or so. 25th now. So they've been out 5 years. So yeah, that's crazy. Those did come out right around a year or so after I started smoking. But think about it too, because of the price point, a lot of people have not gravitated or have not smoked these. So we always take pride in trying to get cigars that, even if they've been out a while, these might be cigars that people are going to overlook, and now people might smoke them and they'll start purchasing them. So that's the whole goal for it. Bruce, what's going on, brother? B. Neil, you agree with Mac that the Supreme Leaf is ass? I do not like the new size of it. I would agree. That's why you haven't seen me review. I would have had a review. I had that cigar 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, but that's why you didn't. That on top of Cigar Madness being primary too, but that's another. Like I would have reviewed that cigar and had that review out. Y'all know how I feel about the Supreme Leaf. I didn't like the Supreme Leaf. I personally think the Rare Leaf is better. I know some people, the Rare Leaf is hit or miss for them too, but the Rare Leaf is a good cigar. I stand by that. For me, at least, it's a good cigar. It smokes a lot different than traditional Aganorsa stuff because the blend focuses more predominantly on Criollo, more so than the Corojo. So you're not getting the mouth-watering kind of sweetness that the Corojo kind of presents. You're getting more earth and more pepper with the Criollo or Criollo. So that's what kind of, if you watch the live stream and kind of watch me smoking, that's what kind of took me by surprise, because I smoke a lot of cigars that involve Aganorsa tobacco, and it has a different profile. But yeah, I didn't really care particularly for the Supreme Leaf Corona Gorda. I got a couple of boxes. I plan on sitting on them until the fall and kind of revisiting them then. But as of right now, I think they're really unbalanced and just kind of all over the place. But that's just my opinion. I know some people out there have smoked it and they like it. And hey, to each his own. I'll be your way next month from Chicago. We're the best humidors out there. Garrett, you got a couple of different shops, but here locally, I would say Tinderbox is going to be your best bet, depending on what you're looking for, because they carry all your Padrones. They are the only authorized Davidoff dealer in the area, and then they're a TAA too, so you'll have a chance to be able to kind of walk in and grab whatever you can kind of look at. A lot of heritage stuff, a lot of boutique stuff. They carry pretty much everything. A friend gave me a lobotomy by Asylum. Have you tried any? I'm not. I've tried some Asylums. My problem with Asylum is I think they're good cigars, but they're geared towards a different audience. Most of their cigars are larger ring gauges, and they're not very complex for me. They're good tobacco, but not a lot to keep me interested. For me, it's like I don't know. It's a certain different demographic that I don't really fall in. So while I don't think that they're terrible cigars, I don't really smoke a lot of Asylum cigars. I smoke far more Eroas and CLEs than I do. Appreciate that, Carrie. Smoke the medium ones upon arrival, the full body ones up for it. And that's a good way to look at it too, prudence, knowing your palate and how you feel. Ron, add the value up. All right, let me see what we got here. Let me add this up real quick. Let me see. Yeah, I know I'm bad with math in my head, so I gotta use a calculator. Let's see. Are you right? You floating around $48. $48 of value for a $30 club. So like I said, always going to be getting your values worth. Always, always, always. Yo, what's going on, John? Uncle, what is going on? Good morning. Ron, where are your cigars going to be? When are your cigars going to be available? First run sold out really quickly. It went to the members of the club. I don't know if you're a member of the club, but it went out to the members of the club. But I think we should be having some more coming in soon. Here, let me see. Did I mess them up, James? Shit, let me make sure. Maybe I did. See, I told y'all I'm bad with math, man, but that's why James is here to always make sure I'm good. Let me make sure. Yeah, you're right, James. I messed up. My bad, brother. How dare me? Put some respect on your name. You're right. $60.52. $60.52 worth of cigars. I'm sorry, James. I apologize, brother. My bad. Nova, what's going on? Didn't get an email with track info and receipt. I'm sure it's coming, Nova. You know what's up, man. You know it's coming. And James is in here too. So yeah, y'all right, man. I charge it to my head, not my heart. I messed up. Yeah, we're $60 of value. Yeah, you're right. My bad. My bad. I apologize, man. I apologize. PK, be on the lookout. We're working on trying to get some more cigars made of the DBL Black Lion Luxuries RonReal blend. We're trying to get some more of those. There's kind of one of those things that we didn't want to make too many of them, and then they didn't sell or people didn't like them. And then we were sitting on thousands of cigars. So we just thought the process would be a lot smarter to make fewer of them and just you know, if they do okay, or if they take a little longer to sell, that's cool. But we're not sitting on a lot of product. That was our main goal. So be on the lookout. We are working for that. And that is true too. That's really true too. It's an art to what we're doing, man. And like I said, I don't think anybody could just do it. It takes a lot. And then that's another thing too. Like, so just talking about palettes and people you respect and whether they're honest or not, like I've always said, always just trust your palate, man. Like I said, there's gonna be some stuff, some information that you agree and disagree with people, but at the end of the day, I always feel like for me, I trust my palate and I stand on it. I like I said, I've been smoking, and I ain't been smoking a long time. James, Lee Mack, a lot of people have been smoking longer than me, but I have background in bourbon drinking and have picked numerous barrels of bourbon, tequila, rum. Like, if I'm telling you a flavor, I'm getting it. I have no dog in the fight. I have no reason to tell you something I'm not getting. So just take that for what it's worth, man. Ollie, what's going on, man? Appreciate that, Nova. You know, like I said, we're working hard. We're working hard to stay consistent, man, because it's really easy to just have a first few good months for a couple months and then just kind of start tapering off. But we work really, really hard to make sure that we are providing a good box for you guys every month. What factors go into your decision to punch, straight cut, or V cut? It's going to be really all preference for me. I prefer straight cut because for the general consensus, I like more of a surface area to be open. I don't like how the V cut fits feels in my mouth personally. And punches, I used to punch sometimes, but sometimes it's just some draws or be too tight, or sometimes you'll have some issues. Sometimes I'll smoke too fast and I'll end up getting some tar buildup. So I just prefer the old school straight cut. That's what I do. And for me, I'm looking at it too. Like they make different size punches, but it's hard to punch a Lancero. You can punch Coronas, you can straight cut whatever. That's a cut that it doesn't matter what cigar, what kind of style or whatever, you can straight cut whatever. So I think I'm just a little old school with that. I just prefer the straight cut. And V cut, I have a nice one. I very rarely use it, just again because I don't like the mouthfeel of it. Have you ever smoked GTO painkillers? I haven't. Ash Head is big on GTO. I'm gonna have to try them out. When ordering, if it be a question or a cigar of the month or a regular order, how's the communication for everyone else? John, are you asking me or are you asking the chat for everybody? I appreciate that, Cowboy. Like I said, you got a respectable palate. You know how I feel about your palate too. Sometimes I just think, it's actually funny. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, good friend of mine, Charles, we disagree about some certain things. He disagrees with me that white and black pepper taste differently. So he was talking about that. He feels that the black pepper and white pepper are the same. Essentially, they just use white pepper to hide it for presentation purposes. I think they taste different, and that's what he was saying. He's gonna put out a video about it, and like I said, I think we use this to help make each other better and give more knowledge to the community and make everybody overall better. I think it gave me an idea. I was like, maybe I might put out a video and show why I think that they are different, because I said a lot of times you have to keep in mind similar, and the similar does not mean the same. Something could be similar, but it's still different. So. And I've heard some other people say they get different peppers and stuff too. I think they taste different. Raffle off one of those ashtrays or cigar cutters with the RonReal signature. Yeah, Dave, we might see what we could do. Okay, see, Pain, I don't like the V-cut feels. Yeah, I'm not a big V-cut fan either. Cousin Sean, what is going on? Appreciate that donation, David. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna. It gave me another idea. I was like, man, it'd be something kind of different too, because like I said before, I think a lot of people sometimes consider or say I'm too serious about videos. So that might be a video idea or a video topic to talk about and kind of liven it up a little bit, just to get people's creative juices flowing. And then again, like I always say too, at the end of the day, man, think for yourself. Think for yourself, because even things that I'm telling you, I always tell people all the time, even if I'm telling you something, go behind and check behind me, or go make sure I'm right about it. Or if somebody else says something, just because they say it doesn't mean that it's true. So always do your own research. That's something that a lot of people will tell you that know me personally. They'll tell you that I read a lot, and if you tell me something, I might not say something, or I might not combat it at the time you say it, but you better be damn sure that I'm going to look it up and I'm going to research it and make sure you're right. So, Savage, what's going on, man? White pepper sharp, light zing, black pepper earthy, heavier zing. I agree, Mystical. It is different. It is not the same. You can tell that they are in the same family, and like I said, they come from the same plant, but they don't taste the same. I feel like I get more of an earthier, heavier presence on my mouth on black pepper, and I get more of a boldness. The white pepper is lighter. It's not, and I would even argue I almost get a little bit more flavor with white pepper, me personally. So, according to various chefs, they don't even agree when it comes to the difference about white and black pepper. And that's another thing too, A-Rod. I've talked to chefs about it too. Most of the ones I've talked to say there's a difference. Some say it's not. What I just said is going to be key. It's a $5 experiment. Go to your local grocery store, buy you a thing of white pepper. Y'all, Stan, hold on. It's a very cheap experiment, man. Now, I don't have any culinary background. I'm not a chef, but I know how to, but you can go in any store and buy spices. Buy you some ground black pepper. This costs like $2. Go buy you some white pepper. Costs like $2 or $3. Go buy you some red cayenne pepper. Same thing, couple dollars for you to eat chili powder. Pour it on a paper plate. Try it. Nutmeg, so you'll know what this stuff tastes like. Now, I agree with Charles. Some of these people are out here winging it, but there is noticeable difference in all these that I just grabbed. There's noticeable differences in this. They're not the same. Ash, I'd appreciate that, brother. Well, Ryan, because it's just, I can't defend anybody else. I can only defend myself. I don't, like I said, I don't have a culinary background, but I cook a lot. And again, I drink bourbon, scotch, wine. I don't have the best palate in the world, but I know flavors from when there's a reason why my buddy Jeff at Yorkshire calls me when he wants to pick barrels of rum, tequila, bourbon. There's a reason why. There's a reason why James saw that, all right, I'm going to let Ron help me curate a box of cigars every month. All of you guys are proven witnesses of you guys support what I do. And for the most part, you aren't going to agree with everything I do, but for the most part, you guys are hanging around in the club and liking what we're doing. So that's further validating that I know what a good cigar tastes like. So like I said, A-Rod just mentioned it. Even chefs disagree with it. And that's why I said too, nothing against Charles. I just disagree with that. He feels that way about that. I just disagree. But my thing is, for all of you, just go buy this stuff and try it for yourself. And I saw a comment where somebody said fresh cracked is going to be different, but you're still going to get the consensus. If it were the same, if I pick up a fresh orange and an orange that's been sitting out a day, the flavors are still going to be the same. It might be a different effect because it's colder or cooler, but the flavors are still the same. So that's why I always tell people, try stuff yourself, man. Cowboy, that's another good point too. Sean, the same thing. See, and my wife is the same. I prefer black pepper on food. My wife likes white pepper more on food. She says she feels like she gets more flavor out of the white pepper. It's not. My wife does not like spice at all. That's cayenne pepper, chili. Like she doesn't like spice. So black pepper, when I'm cooking, I have to be kind of careful with it. When I'm on white pepper, she's all over it. people also need to understand some of our palates are more developed and has nothing to do with how long we've been smoking. And that, you know, and I've said that before too. So just because somebody's been smoking 20 years, that doesn't mean anything, because that person has been smoking 20 years, but they only smoked that Romeo and Julieta that their grandfather put them on, and that's the cigar they know. So, you know, like, but as opposed to somebody that's been smoking 2 or 3 years and they're smoking all these different kinds of regions, tobacco leaves, different wrappers, they're going to have a far more advanced palate. So I would agree with that too. Just because you've been smoking longer doesn't mean your palate is automatically better. And that's why I've said too. And then there's another thing I always say too. There are people in this chat that have a better palate than everybody on YouTube. Anybody. That's me, Lee Mack, Charles, Brian from Cigars Obsession, Brian from Pravada, Cigar Vixen, Should I Smoke This? There are people watching content that have a better palate, but they just might not have the presence or might not care to be on camera. There are people out there with better palates than everybody on YouTube right now. Anybody. And I would put money on it. How do cigars get these flavor notes if the cigars aren't stored in those types of seasonings? And David, that's a great question. That's why I want to become a blender, because I'm like you. I ask the questions and I want to know. All right, Esteli, Nicaragua produces more of their soil is heavier, so it's more gritty. You're going to get a thicker taste, a more peppery. I want to learn all this stuff. So you asked a great question. I would have the same question. That's why I want to become a blender. I want to know why this region is like this way. Why do you get certain flavors from here? When you mix these two together, what is this going to create this? No, it'll create this. Those are questions that I have. I'm right there with James too. I drink chai almost every day. So ginger, nutmeg, cardamom, like these are all flavors that you know. Like, and that's what I said again. I can't defend everybody, but if I'm telling you a flavor I'm getting it. Yeah, it's just like I said. This is like you grab white and black pepper, it's gonna cost you $6, $5, $6. So, and like I said, ground or not, if they were really the same, if they were really the same, whether you or somebody said they might be taste different if they're fresh, but if they still were the same, you could pour it on a plate and they would just taste the same but look different, but they don't. Greetings from Indonesia. Bimo, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Great question. That is a great question. White pepper is more subtle. Our taste buds are more familiar with black pepper. Agree 100%. And our taste buds are more familiar with it because that's what we use more. Think about it. If a person that smokes Cuban cigars smokes of course they're going to prefer Cubans. That's what they smoke most of the time. I smoke a lot of stuff, but I would say I smoke more New World, so that's why I prefer it. I'm more familiar with it. It's common, it's common knowledge, man. Or at least I feel like it's common knowledge. Soil in the climate, yep. Bruce, I appreciate you, man. I really, really appreciate you. What's my favorite food? Oh man, it depends. It changes from day to day. I'm a big sushi guy. I like steak. I like seafood. I like a little bit of everything. There's not really anything I don't like. It's hard to kind of pinpoint down favorites. I like lamb a lot. I like lamb and rice. I eat a lot of squash, zucchini. I eat a lot of stuff. I can't really say if I have a favorite. Pete, what's going on, brother? I didn't even see you sneak in there. But yeah. And another thing too, I wanted to talk to you guys about, not picking on my brother Charles, but I just want you all to know this too. So a lot of you guys have been following me for quite some time now. And you guys know that I said the statement, never trust a cigar reviewer that doesn't retrohale. So that I feel like that quote has kind of been misquoted or misunderstood or misquoted so many times, even though I feel like I kind of laid it out what I meant by that. The statement of never trust a cigar reviewer that doesn't retrohale, that excludes anybody in the chat that doesn't have or that doesn't consider themselves a reviewer. That excludes the person that you see in the brick and mortar that doesn't retrohale. I'm not saying that. The statement was made to say that the reviewer should be able to at least demonstrate it and tell you what they're getting from it. I'm not even saying that I never said that the cigar reviewer has to do with the whole cigar, or the cigar reviewer. most of the people in like Charles, because Charles mentioned that he doesn't do it a lot, but he knows how to, and he does some 3 or 4 times to a cigar. Charles, that means I'm not, or I didn't gear that statement, or I didn't gear that that quote towards you. It wasn't even towards you at all. It was towards some other people that I felt like when I was watching them review the cigar, and I've smoked the same cigar or similar size or whatever, and I'm hearing the review, and I'm like, they're missing out on so much. And he made a great point, because he said, even if you don't retrohale, you still need to be able to smoke or smell it or take in the smoke with your nose. You're still using your olfactory senses. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm getting at. If the reviewer is not willing to engage and use their olfactory senses, they're not giving you the full experience with that cigar. That's what the statement is from. So just kind of clearing it up, because I know sometimes y'all might hear something and think, oh, Ron, I never said that any of the subscribers or people that follow or support me have to retrohale. I said, don't trust a cigar reviewer if they don't demonstrate it and tell you what they're getting from it. That's it. That's just my opinion, of course. That's only an opinion. But I think it's a good one. And I would say there is data that shows that retrohaling does change a cigar, or makes us, or it is completely different for a person that retrohales. If you think about it, for me, anybody that's in my opinion, again, this is only my opinion. These are my thoughts and my thoughts only. The people that I find that are credible all retrohale. You look, even somebody at Cigars Dojo, the people at Half Wheel, all your master blenders, Steve Saka. I mean, there's factual information that says when you retrohale and you engage your olfactory senses, your experience is going to be different. Like I said before, if you think retrohaling isn't important, close your nose and try to smoke a cigar. Or remember when you have a head cold or when you're sick and food doesn't taste as good. Just remember that. I have tried Copper and Thief Bourbon Barrel Aged Cab. If you like that one, I would say go out there and find the Exodus. If you like bourbon barrel aged cabs, I think you like that one. We all been quarantined too long. All that matters should be if you like a cigar or not. Jermaine, I would agree with you. We definitely have been quarantined too long, but I wanted to mention, because I saw it. I'm like, for me, they're different, man. Now, somebody could pick it up and be like, I can't taste the difference. But then it goes to make the point that Mystical was saying earlier. Some people's palates are more developed than others. Not saying you have the most sophisticated palate in the world, but there are some people that have better palates than other people. So I heard Carlito Fuente mention retrohaling as if he had never heard of it before. Really? Dominant, that is true. Chew it up. Yeah, yep. Great point, Exodus. Thanks. Yeah, Exodus was another good bourbon barrel aged wine too. If you like those, definitely check that out. In my opinion, if you don't retrohale, you're wasting your time. Might as well not even smoke. And that's the thing too. Like I was saying, B. Neil, like I probably retrohale far more than the average smoker. Me and Cowboy probably retrohale more than the average smoker. But if that's just one time, if you just retrohale one time a third, I mean, whatever, like that's cool too. The point was you should be able to have your olfactory senses engaged in it too. I think it changes the cigar. Some cigars, it just intensifies flavors. Sometimes you get a completely different flavor profile. Sometimes it doesn't really do much to it. Sometimes it's just mostly pepper. So Mystical, yeah, it's crazy, man. But for those coming in, yeah. So I don't know how many came in late, but this was March unboxing for the Black Lion Luxury Cigar of the Month Club. We gave you guys an extra cigar this month. Really excited about that. So y'all be able to kind of tune in earlier to the first part of the video and see the unboxing. A very good grouping for you guys today. $60 worth of value for a $30 club. I think again, we're just kind of in another planet as far as value in the cigars we put in with everything. And again, if you guys didn't know, I'm airing the second episode of Cigar Madness today. That'll be the Dumbarton Tobacco and Trust Sin Compromiso going up against the Plasencia Alma Fuerte. So you guys go over there. I've already set the premiere, so it'll be coming on at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all check it out. Ashhead, don't smoke all them damn cigars today, man. But yeah, man, I will leave y'all with that. I didn't want to take too much of y'all's time. I know it's kind of early in the morning. I know some people are working, but I just want to kind of come up here, give you guys the unboxing and let you guys know what we're offering at Black Lion Luxuries again. Oh, that thing looks so lovely, lovely, man. Let me do my part and let me do my walking advertisement part and advertise you guys, man. I think it looks good myself, man. Very, very good group and very proud of it. Cowboys, I'm dropping that knowledge. Appreciate that, Ron. Appreciate you, brother. Farrell, what's going on? Yeah, CK, just I'm telling you, man, and I'm telling you, once you join, you're gonna be in. You're gonna be hard pressed to find a club in our price point that's putting out the quality we do. And that's not just me saying that. There's enough people in here that aren't getting paid by Black Lion that'll tell you that too. But yeah, man, I'm gonna pop up out of here. I will. It's 10:30 my time. I will see y'all in a couple of hours for episode 2 of Cigar Madness. Make sure y'all tune into that. Make sure, again, once this video gets done processing, I'll put the link to, like I do all the rest of my videos. But y'all make sure y'all check out Black Lion Luxury Cigar of the Month Club, curated by your boy. That's all that needs to be said, man. Love you guys. I'll see you in a few hours. Hopefully you guys have watched episode 1 already if you haven't. If not, tune into that. Get caught up with everybody so you'll know what's going on. And on that note, man, y'all know the name of the game is relaxation and enjoyment. And damn sure don't forget to be driven, never motivated. We'll catch you on this next one, man. Y'all be good.